editing he doing, bro, he on top of his game. That is different.
Yeah, me and
So
my bro.
take me to this vid. Take me to first of all, R.I.P. Takeoff.
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Takeoff. How was it like being Takeoff?
Oh man, it was dope, man. He's a very like in the cut dude. He very like stay to himself. He wasn't he's more of an introvert artist, so but he had very dope energy, you know what I'm saying?
So what they say about him is true, that he chill, he don't really
He
say
chill,
too
he don't
much.
bother nobody. He just, he be in the cut, do his own thing, and it was
So how did you even get that video? Like
at the time, when the video came out, I've done a lot of work with Jim Jones, and me and my bro Shula the Don, got the call like, yo, we got to get this video done. So we did the original one in New York, and then we did
you shot
remix.
both, right?
Yeah, we did both.
Damn, that's tough.
So he did, after the success of the first one, it was like, yo, that Jones on the radio, was playing everywhere. It's like, yo, now we need the remix. So, as come with the remix, now we need a video for the remix. And we got all the Migos going.
And then the remix had who? The remix had who on it?
Remix had DJ Khaled, had the Migos, and had Lil Wayne.
Nigga shot for Wayne.
We went to Miami to get DJ Khaled, Jewels, Jim, and then Cali for Lil Wayne and the Migos part.
Damn, I ain't even realize that y'all went to different.
Yeah, it was all over the place. It was all over the place. Went from New York to Miami to LA for those videos.
And y'all shot that in how many days?
It took probably like 3 days.
Okay.
3 days. Well, it was 2 videos. The first video probably, I think, took us 2 days. And the second one took us like 3 days to shoot the second video.
And if I'm not mistaken, you also shot for Ice Spice.
Yeah, I did.
Very early on, right?
Yeah, I did a video for her called Euphoric, which out of all her records now, I don't think, like, when she sent me the record, I wasn't expecting that record. I was very passionate about shooting that record because she was very like lyrical on there.
Yeah, she was talking on that.
Yo, but she just wanted to, she like, yo, I just want to do something simple so people could just hear the music. So she DM'd me. And
so she reached out to you.
Yeah, she reached out to me, and I was like, I never heard of her. So
that was very early on.
I looked on her Instagram. She was only doing music for a couple months. She was doing music for probably like 4 to 5 months. And I was like, all right, bet, let's do it. I work with a lot of female artists. So,
and was this paid?
Yeah, it was paid.
Okay,
she paid me out of pocket.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So like I said, like most of my clients, when they hit me, they already, they expect like, yo, I like your work. I'm gonna pay for the quality. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing.
Would you be open to working with her again, or?
Yeah. If she wants to work again, I'll definitely be open for that. Afterwards, she started shifting her direction a little bit. So
she started going like more drill, pop drill type.
Yeah. She was finding herself. She just came out, so she was finding like her thing. But like I said, like that song she sent me, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like sample the way she.
And that's one of her best songs to this day.
To me, I don't know if you heard the song.
Yeah,
like,
I heard
her catalog. But to me personally, I'm not even being biased because I shot the video. But to me, that's like one of her. Like she really was going off when she writes her stuff. We was in the studio. She was just her engineer. Riot.
She wrote that song with you in there?
No. She was just going through it. Like her and her producer Riot. They have a very dope chemistry in the studio. And No Jumper came to the studio that day that we shot that video to interview her too. So
Fire. Fire. Okay. So let's get into the start, where you started, how you even started working with cameras, what made you even be a videographer.
The origin story. I bought a camera I was doing graphic design when I first started. And like at the time, like on MySpace, people used to send these pictures that look crazy, like pixelated pictures. So I'm like, yo, I bought a camera so I can bundle the graphics with, I'm like, yo, I could take the picture for the cover and design the cover. And then I met this dude named Piff Beats, and then he introduced me to Nimi Hendrix.
So you met Nimi early.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like 2012. So Nimi met me and invited me to a shoot. He saw my camera and was like, yo, I could show you how to shoot videos with that. And I'm looking at him like, I ain't shooting no videos, bro.
Oh, you ain't even know you had a video camera.
Nah, I didn't know.
It was really just photos.
I was trying to take pictures. I was trying to take pictures for people that needed album covers done. So he was like, yo, since you do graphics, you'll probably be great at this, this, and this. So I'm going to show you how to shoot videos on that camera.
And who was some of the people that you shot for, like early rappers from around the city? Were you shooting rappers around the city?
I was shooting rappers from around the city, but I was doing them for probably next to nothing and free because I didn't have any videos. So people were like, yo, well, let me see your work. I can't go in there asking for X, Y, and Z, and I ain't got nothing to show. So I just started shooting with the team. I started shooting with Secret Society, Artist, Tax G, Photo, White Boy, all those guys, and they just let me they're like, yo, whatever your vision is for this song, we just gonna just show up and just do it. So they just gave me free reign and just do what I wanted. So I started out with them. I made a lot of my mistakes at that stage because they let me make my mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
would you say it was easier working with a team instead of like learning it on your own, doing it yourself?
It was a little of both. Like they were my team, but at the same time, like even like, for example, like working with Nimi and working with Ish, they were my team, but we always did our own separate thing. And even with the artists, everybody did their own separate thing. Everybody has to like go out and do their own thing, but we still under the same umbrella. So, but when it's like a big project and we all need to come together, then it was like, we had like that type of foundation. As far as on my own though, it was like, yo, like I'm trying to book artists to actually get paid. And, it was hard because at first it was like, they're like, yo, for that price, we could just book Nimi or we could book Rock or Twiz. Or so I'm like, well, how can I get people to look at my stuff different? So I started getting into visual effects. I started getting into After Effects because, you know, those guys weren't really like doing that type of stuff. Their stuff was more cinematic and you know, like poppy and like all of that stuff. So I started doing cloning and anything that I seen that will make my stuff look different, and it gave people a reason to be like, yo, I need Denity. So then I started saying Envision by Denity because I started out heavy in the visual effects.
So what was that video or step that you took that made you like really take it serious to the point where you started getting paid consistently?
When I started like Tax and Photo and all of them, they were kind of in the city. Their names.
It was
really,
lit at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, yo, people see they working, but like, yo, who shot that? I'm like, oh, Denity shot it. Oh, word. And the first person to ever like be like, yo, I'm gonna pay you for a video. My price was homie GL. Like the homie GL was doing
Shout
music
out
at
GL.
the time. He hit me up like, yo, I seen a video you did for Photo. Yo, I want to book you. And like, he asked me what I charged, and I couldn't even get my price because I ain't know like, I ain't know the game. Like, I'm thinking like $150 is a lot or $200 is a lot. I'm like, because at the time, even when I first started, I was rapping too. So I was hitting up directors for videos, and they'd be like, yo, 200. And I'm like, 200? Like, I'm like, mad bread for a video. I'm like, I didn't understand it at the time. So I'm like, yo, man, damn, that's a lot. I might as well just buy my own camera and shoot my own stuff. So I started thinking about it like that. But homie GL was definitely like the first person to ever be like, yo, man, I'm gonna pay you for your video based on like the stuff that I've seen coming out the camp.
That's fire. That's fire. So what was like some of the early investments? Was it any early investments like lights, a gimbal?
First investment, of course, was the camera. But after that, the second one was lights. We ain't really have... In 2012, we ain't have the drones and the gimbals. Like me and Ish was going to shoots using computer chairs. Like I would sit in the computer chair and hold the camera, and Ish used to pull the computer chair.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is how we was getting these shots, like really making something out of nothing. And I think like nowadays sometimes people don't really appreciate what you can get out of just like not relying on just like the gear that's out.
Right. You got to make the use of the shit that you do got.
Yeah, and make it look, give it some cinematography, like.
Right. Yeah, that's the sauce for the new videographers.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on, let's talk about today. Where you at today?
Today I'm 10 years in. Started in 2012. This is year 11 for me. Focus on doing more movies now. I've used music videos as a way to learn how to shoot movies. Like I've done a lot of storyline stuff, and then I've worked with, other directors that have done like storyline stuff. So like Nimi's taught me a lot in regards to like the cinematography aspect of shooting videos. The visual effects stuff I learned on my own. Like I was home doing tutorials, practicing what I saw in the tutorials and videos and stuff like that. A lot of experimenting with that.
Not to interrupt you, what specifically do you mean by the cinematography? Like the angles you shoot?
Cinematography is basically like cinematography meaning how to tell the story. So when somebody watches it, they kind of understand. And it's not just angles all the time. Sometimes it's something like camera movement. It's a combination of like the camera movement, where you put the camera, and how you direct the actor, and how the lighting is set up too.
Right, lighting.
Sometimes you want like over the head lighting versus like in your face lighting, or you might want color lights.
Yep. That's definitely something
to create a mood.
Just started getting into.
Yeah, cinematography is like, I feel like a lot of the stuff like with drill music, it doesn't really have any. I wouldn't consider it cinematic. It's mostly visual effect based, which is cool, which is dope, because I come from a visual effect background, so I appreciate it. But you got to mix the cinematography with the.
Is that what made you like kind of slow down with the effects? Even though I see you today, are you like paying VFX people to throw their effects on there?
Now I kind of I outsource editing because I want to focus more on the creative. When you're doing everything yourself, it's hard to do that. Like if you're shooting it, then you gotta you're doing the treatment already, you're doing the music, then you're going to shoot the video, and when you're a one man band, it's hard to people will be able to see it in your work.
Mm-hmm.
When you start outsourcing and you got more energy to focus on the creative part, people notice that too. They're like, yo, you could tell somebody put a lot of thought into what you putting out. They'd be like, yo,
you could tell it's a complete video.
Yeah, like from concept from top down. Like it should be like a bunch of different things. It shouldn't just be, that video, like, all right, bet that's just, they shot the video and just did VFX. But then you shoot the video, you add VFX, but then you see like an FPV drone shot, or like, they did this, they cut the music here and put a little skit there, and then just adding a bunch of different layers to it, so it's just not one dimensional. I think right now a lot of the videos are like one dimensional, and then a lot of the artists want their stuff to be one dimensional too. So I think that's kind of like
right. It's like
unless you got a big budget,
a weird balance.
Yeah, but as a director, that's part of creating your style, because there's so many people shooting videos now. You got to be like what's a reason for somebody to just book you versus these other people?
Right.
If everybody doing the same thing, it's like, all right, well, this person's charging $150, this person's charging $500. What's the difference between these two people? They do the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
What makes me want to book you for $500? And they could look at your work and say, oh, okay, this is what they're offering for $500, and then this person is $150, but they're $150 because of this. They might be inexperienced or this or that.
Right. The effect's not as crisp.
Yeah, the effects might not be as crisp, or they might not have picked the right shots, or they just shot everything in one location, or there wasn't really any. It's a bunch of different reasons. Like people can hear a song, you can tell like a real director can take a song and enhance it. Like a music video is supposed to enhance the record. It's not supposed to just be, all right, let's shoot the video because of the record. You're supposed to listen to the record, and then when you watch the video should make you like the song even more. I feel like you get more accomplished if I watch a video, if I listen, like I've heard music that I don't really rock with, but then I saw the video and it made me like the record. You ever been in that situation?
Yep.
It's a lot of local artists I feel like that about. And I think it's like I probably saw a video that you did that I probably wouldn't particularly have listened to the record, but I saw the video and was like, oh, like yo, this is it. And it's I feel like that's
right.
an
I feel like it works in reverse too. If a video is trash and the song is good, it'll make you.
That's too. It goes vice versa.
Yeah,
but that's the difference between like a director and you know what I'm saying? Like if you're a real like people to be called a director, you kind of got to, I ain't gonna say you got to earn it, but you got to get people to call you. There's a difference between like a videographer, cameraman, and director. Like, you know what I'm saying? A cameraman is somebody who, like if I'm an artist, I want somebody to just come in the club and shoot, I'm gonna hire a cameraman. Or if I want a music video shot, I'm gonna hire a cameraman. The artist's gonna tell the cameraman what to do. A director is going to make adjustments like a coach would, like the same way that, you know, the playoffs is going on right now and the Heat had to make proper adjustments to beat the Nuggets in game 2.
Right,
Otherwise they would have lost. So like a director is going to make it, they're going to improvise. They're going to make adjustments because everything not going to go right all the time. You might book a model. She might not show up. So now it's like you got that going on. It might be raining when you're supposed to be shooting in the daytime. And a good director got to be able to not buckle because everybody on the set and everybody involved is looking to the director for the answers.
Right.
When stuff start going wrong, they looking for the director. Which director? All right, so
what we doing?
You know, where's the waters? Where's the nobody ordered the waters? Like everybody's looking to the director for these answers and the producer as well. So a director is somebody who's basically like the coach. If I had to, you know, compare the director to being a coach. So it's a real difference. Like the cameraman is somebody who, yo, go film that cut for me. Yo, just follow me around with the camera.
The cameraman should be a part of the crew. And the director is the head.
Yeah, cameraman is what, like, as a director, I've been at shoots where I don't even touch a camera. I might hire a DP, a director of photography, or a camera operator to operate the camera while I'm focused on more directing than anything. And a lot of times, like, we want to touch the camera ourselves too, like, especially coming from that. It's like,
okay, so let's talk about the movie. Suge, what's your life like?
That joint was a movie. It was a real movie. But
I remember when Suge first started that, he was telling me he was looking for a few videographers. He was getting some prices, stuff like that. And then y'all started shooting it. It took a little minute. How was that process?
We was doing something similar. He was like, we was doing a music video. He was like, I want the music video, but then I want some story in it.
Right.
So I gave him a budget and we did it. And he was like, he liked how it looked. He like, yo, I've been working on this script for a minute. Like, how you feel about shooting it? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, I started doing music videos because eventually I wanted to do films and movies. Right. So
this was right up your alley.
So when I was like, yo, this is, you know, and I've you know, I followed Suge for years. Like, you know, we've known each other for a minute. We've crossed paths and stuff like that, but we never really got to lock in anything.
Yep.
So he's doing his thing, I'm doing mine. Then this perfect storm just probably, you know, just came out of nowhere. He was just like, yo. And I was like, let's do it. He had the script already.
Right. He was locked in.
And he was serious. Yeah, like a lot of artists talk that movie stuff and they just, you know, you might not, they'll say it and you won't hear from him he was on me. Yep. Like he was like, yo, I got the actors. I got this actor, that actor. I got T Nasty. I got Tiff. I got this. Yep. I got the locations. And I was like, yo, he is serious. So I treated it just as serious as he was because I'm really passionate about it. So,
and I think y'all got the turnout that y'all was looking for.
Yo, the turnout was I wasn't expecting that turnout. This is my first time premiering a film, so
yeah, y'all did the premiere at Cityplex in New York.
We did the Cityplex joint. Everybody came out. We had
he said it was
Vinny from Naughty by Nature was there. Smack was there. Beasley was there. It was crazy in there. It was lit. Everybody's
and the premiere was there and they're sold out, right?
Yeah, it was packed in there. It was packed in there. Yeah, it was packed in there. All across the board, I was like more so I edited it. So I seen the joint like 100 times.
Yeah.
I was more focused on people's reactions on certain parts. So when a certain part happened, I'm like, what they gonna say about it? And like the people was going crazy. So I was like, all right, well, that's a good thing.
I heard no complaints about it.
I was nervous. I was super nervous.
So do you plan on like what's your next step as far as like shooting more movies? Do you plan on shooting more movies, short films?
I got another short film that I shot in a day with another person. It's like 20 minutes long. It's gonna be in Newark Film Festival called Waiting. And we directed by Sharna Jenkins. She brought me onto the project and we did that. So that's gonna be in Newark Film Festival.
That's fire. When is that?
June 21st through the 23rd, I believe, or 24th. They also do like 24-hour film competitions too.
Yeah, that's what I was about to just ask.
Like those are dope.
Film going to be in the competition?
No, not that. No, like the 24-hour film competition works like this. You go and meet with your team. You got to shoot the next day and edit it the next day, and then so like say Friday y'all all meet, and then Saturday gives y'all to
all
go
day.
shoot the thing, edit it, and then Sunday y'all sit in a room with everybody else that did theirs and present them to everybody, and then everybody just like ranks it. Like,
so it's edited already?
No, you got to shoot and edit in like a day.
Oh shit!
Like, so Friday,
and edit.
Yeah, like Friday, you meet with like you might like it'd be like 5 people over here, 6 people. Like you build your teams.
Right.
So then that next day you meet up with the people and you shoot it. Well, you come up with the concept, shoot it, and edit it. And then you send it in the next
day.
Yeah, and it's a challenge because but it's fun because you be like, yo, you can't wait to see what everybody else did with that time, and it only be like the product got to be like maybe 3 to 5 minutes. It's not long.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 3 to 5 minutes, and then
And do y'all have different like storylines and shit?
Yeah, you
make your own storyline.
Yeah, but they'll give you certain stuff like to prove that you shot it in that day. They might be like, include these 3 things. Like include
because you can't. So you can't already have.
You can't have
some in the cut.
Just no. You gotta have it. You gotta have it like you have to include these 3 things or 4. However the parameter. I don't know what they're gonna have this year. They don't tell you until Friday.
Yeah,
so
that's
Friday. That's when everybody meets, and then they do that. And then Saturday, but they do stuff like that. I think that's dope for Newark too. But yeah, I have a short film in there called Waiting, and I'm just working on a bunch of other film stuff. I kind of haven't really been doing as many music videos as I usually do.
So do you think you would like instead of doing directing your own films, you would actually get on like a big movie set, maybe just participate and just see like?
Yeah, I mean, I did Wu-Tang like 2 episodes.
Okay.
I did some PA work when they came to the city. We was in Irvington on 18th and Columbia. So I went out there and worked on set. They pay you for it.
Yeah, that's dope.
So, but those days are really long. But you get to see what goes on. Like, really, like you watch stuff on TV, you wouldn't even think that.
Yeah,
you might see a driving scene. You don't know it's really like on a cart, and they got all these cameras rigged around it, and a light at the top, and they driving around with like it don't look like that on camera, but you get to see all of that stuff, and you really get to see what it takes to make like an actual production.
Right. So so if you wanted to direct like a big film, how would you go about funding that?
There's a couple different ways. Like they have Kickstarter. Kickstarter is a dope way, or you can find to go back to like Newark. Like I can't even just say Newark, but they have Montclair film festivals. They have film festivals, and a lot of times investors come to these film festivals to look for the next thing.
Right.
And
if your film
see it and be like, yo, like how much is it? I'll buy it, or I'll help you distribute it, or I'll give you the money for the next one, or
that's fine. That's fine.
Like a lot of times people go to these film festivals and they don't know like this is the real it's almost, I ain't gonna say it's like a silent auction, but there's people that go there to look like, yo, this might be the next Squid Games or something like that. Squid Games came out of nowhere. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So people go to these film festivals because there always be like some gems in there that might be the next like Moonlight or something like that. So people buy them and then they'll put them on. They put it on a streaming platform from you, and then you could just use that money or they'll buy it and then be like, okay, now we'll give you this amount. Well, how much did you spend to get this done?
Right. Okay.
And you be like, yeah, I spent this to get this done. That we'll buy that from you. Now we own that. Now we'll give you this budget to get the second one done, or we'll help you get the second one done.
But when they buy that, they got to pay what you spent plus some, right?
It really depends on the contract that you negotiate. You probably got to get I recommend getting like an entertainment lawyer when you get into those type of situations, so you're not making the wrong decisions.
Right. Okay. So let's get into the business a little bit. When do you think it's good for you to get an LLC as a videographer?
I think getting an LLC transitions you from when we start out, we hustlers, like
fast money,
like drug dealers, like the
fast
money coming
money.
fast, and a lot of times we end up like a drug dealer. Like we don't try to transition from it because it's just coming. It's like, yo, it's coming. Boom, 400 here, 300 here, 500 here, and you banging it out, and not thinking about like, yo, how can I get to the next step? Like, how can I get to work with a artist that's signed like a Lil Baby or you know, like how can I get to that level? And it is by having your business in order. Because when you sign, when you work for these artists, like I shot Bobby Shmurda's first video when he came home. He did 7 years. That. I put his first music video out. And dealing with a label, like when we started talking like paperwork and stuff, you had to like make sure that the location, you get insurance on the location, like in case Bobby hurts himself or anything like that. You as the production company are liable. So
see, that's shit that we will never know until we get in that position.
Right. You got to make sure that, you know, I've you know, when Lola Brooke first, we started getting like, you know, into the label stuff. You know, they like, we have drones, right? So it's like, you got to sign different waivers to make sure that, you know, just in case something happens with the drone or this or that. So it's like different levels require different. And
so
then
the LLC will basically keep you protected in some ways.
The LLC will keep you protected, but it makes you look more like when people pay you out, they'll see like, are you paying the person directly, their name or their business? It makes it easier having things in your business name because you might need to rent expensive lenses. So you might need a business. They might not let you use your name and be like, yo, you might need some Cook lenses. Those things are like $120,000, $150,000 lenses. They're not just gonna be like, yo, here.
Right. Give us a credit card.
Yeah. You know, like, yo, you have a film company? Does your film company have insurance? Okay, cool. I sign this paperwork. Give us this. Give us your EI, this, and give them the information, and now you can rent those lenses. Having an LLC just not even just because it protects you on that level, but it opens doors for you. Like now you get business credit.
Right. That's the next question I was about to ask you. Have you used business credit? Yeah. Have you benefited from that?
Yes. Like getting cameras, especially the lenses, and getting the rent cameras that you like. I've shot stuff on the Ari. Ari is like $150,000 camera. You got to rent it. You can't. I'm not buying no $150,000 camera.
Yeah, that's out of pocket.
To rent it, they can't just, you know, you got to have some type of credit to like rent it. You got to be able to have a credit card. You've been to a hotel before and like deposit and only a credit card. They won't take, like, that's important. And it looks better when you build your business to get more stuff like under your business name. So your cars, all of that stuff. It just makes things run so smoothly. Because if you don't have that stuff in order, when you go to do a big business deal and they see you don't have that in order, they don't take you seriously.
Right. You
can't be in the room with these people. You can't be at the table with a bunch of millionaires and you sitting there still. When it comes time to talk the business, you can't talk the business because you're still using a personal bank. You're using a Chime card and everybody else is taking out.
A Chime card for your business is crazy.
you sitting. I'm not knocking people who got Chime and all of that. I'm just saying like you can't. You know, you got to be able to. You know, like when you with these artists, you're around a bunch of people that are in different tax brackets. You got to be able to talk that talk with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's always good to do the research and get your business in order because it only helps you. Like, it's not a bad thing. It doesn't hurt you unless you just don't keep it in order. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a benefit from filing your taxes every year.
Right. So this past year was my first year doing taxes with my business, and it actually did work. Like, I saved some money. So it definitely works to have your LLC and your business straight. For sure.
It comes down
all
like
that gear you buying and stuff like that.
Stuff they actually,
yep.
Even getting an apartment or this or that, like
everything. It's mad shit. The miles on your car, the miles you drove,
all of that stuff.
Your subscriptions. You can write that off.
I don't want to sound like one of these gurus on Instagram, like, yo, get your LLC, get this and get this and get this, and you can Like it's really like that.
Yeah.
Like really like if you run a business, like LLC it and like, you know, handle your business the right way, because it makes you look more reputable and more respectful to the people that surround you that want to do business. But when it comes to labels, you got to have your business in order. Like a label just not going to see your, not a label, but an artist just not going to like, a signed artist not going to like see your work and automatically like, y'all going to work with that person.
Right. It goes through the label.
It goes through the label or commission or personal relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
All these things come into, you know, account when you're trying to do those things. And it came as a learning experience for me. Shout out my boy Trav MBB. He's like really believed in me early on in my career. And he just kind of just threw me to the wolves in a lot of these situations. Like my first name that I ever shot, I'm gonna say second name, but the second person I ever like shot that was big was like Yo Gotti. Like he had me in the studio for 2 days straight.
What song was that?
It was a freestyle he did. I don't remember. This was like 8 years ago. It's on. I could pull it up. But it was like 2 freestyles in one.
Yeah. So
we was at Quad, and Trav called me like, "Yo, got to shoot a video for Yo Gotti." So we get there, we shoot, and we got to shoot he bring your laptop, shot the videos, edited them right there, and then.
There wasn't no effects on that video, was it?
I was doing effects, but not like the effects that people do now. Like I was doing like little screen flashes. Mm-hmm. Back then, climate was different. You just had to know how to like your cuts was fast and edit to the energy type of thing. Right. And then it wasn't no like cut the head off, zoom in, earring come off. It wasn't all of that back then, but it was clean. I understood lighting still, like, and I shot that on a Canon. It was like 7.
I think I found it.
What was the name of it?
Poppin' Trap Niggas.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Mm-hmm.
I see it's in Quad. That's why I'm like, it's right here.
Yeah. That's the video. Yeah, damn, 7
that's
years
fire.
ago. Yeah, that joint. I got a couple million views on it. But it was I got the call like 11 o'clock at night. It was like, yo, let's come to the studio. We was there till the sun came up. I went.
Damn. So that's some of the sacrifices you got to make as a videographer.
He was very business. Like he's Yo Gotti's not a person he was in the studio. It was work. Like, don't come in here and you're not focused on it. We shooting, and in between, he's going in the booth to lay a verse, and then like I'm switching batteries. He come back out. All right, let's finish the video, and then after that, he's asking his engineer to pull up a song that he's supposed to do a feature for. Then he's hopping in there doing that, and it's like
he working.
Yeah, that's why he's successful. Like it's your work ethic. Your work ethic is key. If you don't have work ethic, that's even like basketball players like Kobe Bryant. Like he'll say like, everybody's not as talented, but as long as you're consistent and got the work ethic, you'll get to where you want to be.
Right. And Kobe outworked everybody.
Yeah.
So is there any question I wanted to ask? Is there any particular way to get more clients? Like, is there any marketing, or is it just you got to produce?
Clients, early on, I had that issue. So like, I'm going to tell you what I did at first. At first, you know how like artists used to do showcases?
Yep.
So they'll be like, yo, first prize is $1,000. Second one is studio time. Third one is whatever. So I seen this one flyer and was like, I DM'd the dude like, yo, turn the first place into a free music video from me. At the time, I ain't had no name yet, but I just was like, if I'm on there as first prize, people gonna be like, well, who is he for his work to be
that's some like
prize?
mind trick shit you just did.
Yeah,
man.
so
like that video worth $1,000.
And I wasn't getting paid for the video.
Right.
I go there and I'm a judge now. So now I'm on the panel. It's mad people. It's mad contestants. I'm sitting there and like we watching all the performances and they performing to you like you an A&R for Def Jam. Like
right.
So, I picked the person for the video, and they were doing this every week. I was doing this in New York.
Okay.
So every week, but the people that didn't win would now be like, well, how much you charge for a music video? So I was, bro.
Yeah, that sounded like you was killing them for a little minute.
Because even if they didn't win, they saw me as first place.
Right.
And
that's fine.
They're like, well, the second one is studio time at Quad, and third one is this.
So he gotta be like that.
Quad. So it's like you people thinking like, well, who is this guy? So and they looking at my work too, and like, okay, he's dope. And then like even like two of them now, and this was like 6-7 years ago too. Like when I was doing that, a lot of them artists I still work with today. Like they pay me, like they won the free one. Now it's like they like I made the experience so fun and dope, and the quality looks so.
It was flawless. The delivery, everything.
Yeah, like yo, it showed up. I got this, I got that. I'm sticking the camera in the car. This is stuff that people wasn't really doing like that at the time. So
and it was free.
Yeah, and it was free. It was free, but it was like I knew that
more sales was going to come from it. The people
that was there, they follow that artist. They're gonna see the video that came from that and be like, oh, I gotta come to the next one. So then it got to the point where I started making the showcase pay me.
For killing them. It was killing them.
So now it's like whatever my video price is, y'all pay me that. So now I'm not doing this for free no more because now I'm bringing more people to the thing.
Yep.
And I was doing that until they stopped it. I was doing that like probably 5 months of just like almost every week or every other week going there and doing that every time they did that. And after I got into that was going for me so crazy. I didn't have to really market or because that spread. They was telling these people was telling this people, they was shooting this, they was shooting that, doing this. And it was just like, was going for me. It was going for me. And I was like, yo, I did some Craigslist here and there too. But I say all that to say, when it comes to artists and they have trouble finding clients, you got to go outside. You can't just sit behind your computer and be on Instagram and just think that your work looks so dope because now there's so many people doing it and they're all editing and doing things the same way. You have to stand out. And the only way that you could do that is by somebody
being visible.
By being visible.
Yep.
So it's like people want to see like you like Wizard. They want to be able to put a face. Like, right. Oh, that's Wizard. Even if you be like, yo, I bet, since you're here, I want you to shoot my
Right.
If you just behind your Instagram page all day and don't really.
Sometimes you got to show up to that artist show.
Yeah, sometimes you got to. I still do that now. I still do that. Like I still go to local stuff. I still work with artists that are, the hometown. So I still I like staying grounded.
Not forgetting
where I'm from or the people that help me get to where I'm at. So, but I definitely think people are so comfortable just posting their work on Instagram and they're like, yo,
just moving on.
Yeah, they're like, yo, my joint's so dope. I'm gonna just let that go there. I'm gonna go play Call of Duty real quick and I hope I get some clients later.
You gotta work at it.
You gotta network. Networking is never gonna go away. No matter what AI come out, you like
relationships.
Boots to the ground. Yes, boots to the ground. Relationships. All like networking. That stuff is so important. Like I can't say that enough. Mm-hmm. Like people look at what other directors are doing, and they try to follow that, but they don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
They
don't
not
know
catching,
who they're talking to. Yep. They don't know how they got that. They don't know what type of work that they had to put in to even like get those opportunities or do those things. But definitely like sometimes the artist and it don't have to be paid. Sometimes it's really about making sense for you. Like sometimes it may not be monetary. It might really be like if having that relationship with that person is beneficial to you, you can't let nobody say I wouldn't do that because they ain't paying me $300. I wouldn't do that.
Right. They don't really know how that's going to impact you.
You might be like, yo, I'm gonna do it because this person has access to. They might have a Ferrari that once you build that relationship with them, they might let you use the Ferrari, and then now you could charge other artists, and you're making this person money to use their Ferrari.
Fire.
Sometimes
dropping
it's about,
sauce.
Yeah, sometimes it's about just building that relationship. Everybody be thinking about the money. If you're passionate and you're talented, the money will come. It will come in more ways than one. Like, trust me when I tell you, like, just be passionate, be dedicated, and that's a way that you can get your name out there. Sometimes you might look online and see an artist in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Ish was notorious for this. We go on Instagram, we see somebody post a picture in the studio. Yo, what studio is that? Let me pull up and get some footage. Like, don't ask for no money.
New artist, yep.
No money, just like, yo, I want to come through and like you can play some of the records and we can go over some treatments, and then just taking that initiative to show interest in the artist other than just commenting under their stuff, let's work. If I see somebody comment under my stuff, let's work, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So I hate that.
Yeah, that's in the way. That's definitely
like,
in the
work
way.
How? Like, what do? You just say let's work. I see your name and let's work. So now I gotta do work by clicking on your name.
Now I gotta DM
what
you.
You're doing.
All you need is DM me.
Right.
Just gave me work, motherfucker.
Yeah, like No, like less work. Like what is that?
It
What
was
does
like
that
a
mean?
bot too.
It could be a bot. I don't know what it is, but it's like those like people just want it just so fast. Nobody wants to put in the work no more. Nobody wants to really get out there and put like South by Southwest is a great. Even if an artist didn't invite you to South by Southwest, and it's free, just go network with the artists. Like they have all these events. Like just take advantage.
They got mad little concert. It ain't just a big concert.
And you just
that
like
shit is
put
everywhere.
a big QR code on your back. Say put director or whatever. Get you some merch that markets you. Artists gonna come to you. Yo, I just met such and such artists. They said I could do a feature with them tonight. Come to the studio with me. I gotta get this done before we fly out of here. Like
right.
I've been in those situations. That's why I'm saying that because
yep.
you know. So it's just little stuff like that. Some people just don't. But that separates the people who really want it versus the people who are just like in it for the clout and stuff like that. Because I know people that are strictly in it for the clout and don't want to do the work and you know they buy all the gear but don't want to take the time to learn how to edit or people. You know, it's just
yep.
you know it's tricky. But
one thing I struggle with is like you said that last minute call. Sometimes I gotta suck that up and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go. Yeah. Sometimes if artists call me last minute, sometimes I'll be like, bro, I got a job, bro. Like, or yeah, you could have hit me a couple days before, but sometimes I guess, you know, all artists not organized anyway.
No, they not. Sometimes they might be put in that situation. They're like, right. I got a song with such and such. They say I only got from now 30 minutes. I only got 30 minutes to shoot with this person. Can you come? Like, and the crazy thing is you should be honored just for any director that goes through that. Should be privileged that they the ones that even got that call because that means they believe you enough to be able to get together.
You the person they call when they need that quick vid.
Yes.
Especially if they semi-serious.
Yo, the seconds is coming down, and I've been using a lot of basketball references. But like, yo, clock is winding down, and like, yo, who gonna take the shot? They hit you.
I need you.
They pass the rock to you, like, you know what I'm saying? So what you gonna do with it? You going? Because then, like, sometimes you might be like, damn, I don't, let them down. But now they're gonna like, if you don't do it, somebody else will. Next time, you're probably not gonna get that call.
Right.
I'm not saying you per se. I'm just saying the artist that when you in that situation, like when I did Little Baby and Future video, that's how the call came. It was 11 o'clock at night. My bro Trad called me like, yo, you got to shoot Little Baby and Future. You got to get here in 15 minutes. I live in Jersey.
And where was the video?
In New York. You know what I'm saying? I got there in about 25 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Gathered the team. Just, let's go. Went, knocked the video out.
And even the team was on go ready.
Yeah. You gotta have people that, I know who to call. Like
right. You know who to call in that situation.
I know who to call. It's a bunch of different situations. Like I have people that I've been doing this for 10 years, so I built relationships with a lot of people. So anything that comes in like that, I'm like, I'll call this person, that person. I know their stuff is charged and da. We out.
Right. Okay.
So,
that follows right to the next question I want to ask you. How do you go about employing people, and when did you start employing people?
Employing people, I would say more like I wouldn't say like employ them, but like more like contract them. Like
yeah.
Everybody doesn't, like any artist, every paintbrush is different. It's going to achieve a different look. You just got to know who's good at what. Everybody have strengths and weaknesses. Even you was like, yo, I struggle with this. As long as you acknowledge what you struggle at and you find something that can like complement that, you might find somebody you might partner with somebody that might be good at that. So when you get the call, you can hit them like, yo, can you help me get like 2 other people together so I can or help me find somebody that I could send, because then it's like you can send that person, then handle the edit yourself, and it's your product. It's really about delegation. So it's still like you still handled it. Whether you couldn't do it yourself, you still made sure it gets done. So I think it's more like employing people is really finding people that you've probably worked with or have shown that they could do certain jobs really well. Like I have certain editors I work with, certain other directors. I can't even say certain directors because I kind of like working with a ton of different directors. I probably collaborated with almost a lot of the directors locally in the tri-state area and some in like Miami and LA. But this game is really about networking. You can't really do this by yourself. Some directors may have little issues with other directors, but in our field that doesn't really work because doing film,
it don't make no sense. First and foremost,
film and video is a team effort. Like I've been on sets with directors I've been even recently. Like if Nimi called me, I can't even use Nimi because I would do that anyway because that's bro. But Director might come like, yo, then I need you to come do the lights. I'm gonna just come do the lights. It's not an ego-based field like where it's like, yo, just drop your ego, because at the end of the day, the product is what's the most important. You got people like, I ain't holding no light because I'm such and such.
I swear to God.
Right.
It's like, yo, just like hold
the fucking light.
Yeah.
Just hold the fucking light,
but
dog.
now I know
the light.
Now I know who not to call. It's like, I bet now I know I can't really rock with you like that. You want another type of time. You trying to like
right.
I'm only trying to work with people because I wouldn't ask if anybody something that I wouldn't do myself. I'm not gonna sit there and ask you to hold the light, and I wouldn't get down and dirty and hold the light. Like that's somebody has to hold the light.
Yep.
Like so. You know, I kind of operate like that. I operate as a team player. I consider myself a director, but when it comes to the set, even if I'm not a director, I'm a team player. I hold the light, play the speaker, move this, do that, and everybody around me does the same. I only work with people that have a team mentality. If you don't stand there and watch me do this, I can't rock with you. I can't. It's just
for sure.
Yeah, stay home. Like.
Nah, that shit.
Yeah, man. This was a great conversation. Before we end, I just got a couple this or that questions that I want you to answer. No explanation, just which one is better. You know, what you prefer. Sony or Canon?
Sony.
Sony?
You going Sony.
Okay. You like Mac or PC?
Mac.
To add it on. Mac laptop and computer?
Laptop.
Okay.
Because I could plug the laptop into a bigger screen if I need to.
Okay. Adobe? Do you use Adobe?
I use Premiere. Yeah.
Okay. So I can't ask you Resolve or Premiere.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Adobe. I want to learn DaVinci. I just don't have the time to learn DaVinci. Everybody like DaVinci everybody's considering it better, but I have to see for myself which one I like.
Yeah, I have to see too. I gotta really check and see.
And I have the studio version, like the full pay. I just can't. Like, yo, I don't have time. I'm editing like 2 movies right now.
I had seen Nimi using Resolve one day.
Nimi switched over. He switched over.
Same thing. DaVinci and Resolve. Same thing.
Yeah. DaVinci Resolve.
When videos are shot Resolve, though, the color.
It does better at coloring. It does.
Can you use After Effects with Resolve?
You would have to do the After Effects and bring it into Resolve. But I like Premiere because I can just right click and do dynamic link.
That's why I don't want to switch, because that dynamic link be seen. It do.
I just recently learned you gotta export it from.
That's the easier way to do it. Yeah. I told I don't know if you know Lee Too Creative.
Yeah.
I had told her that because she was struggling with her timeline. It wasn't rendering.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just gotta export it out of After Effects first.
You just
throw it in there.
Rendering it through.
Now your Premiere render like butter, smooth.
Yeah. Just put it in there. But yeah, definitely.
We had to get this for the videographers. This ain't for the. This what we getting into, man.
Embrace it.
This has been episode 1 of Wizard's World with Denity, man. Appreciate.